Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Mark. Huge thanks to Mark and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Mark reached out asking for a no-budget Ovika Enigma Goliath deck, and I was happy to oblige. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Ovika Enigma Goliath is a 7-mana 6/6 legendary Phyrexian nightmare with flying and Ward 3, pay 3 life. So any opponent who wishes to target our commander must pay 3 additional mana and 3 life to do so. Additionally, whenever we cast a non-creature spell, we create X 1/1 red Phyrexian goblin creature tokens, where X is the mana value of that spell. They gain haste until the end of turn. Now, I've already built an Ovika deck, and I'll post a link to that video in the upper right-hand corner. But that video was a budget build. Even now, months later, the deck is under $85 to build. But this time, Mark asked that the deck have no budget other than no reserve list cards. He wanted it as strong and nasty as possible, and I was excited to do so. But before we get to our deck list, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, but with a 7 mana commander we'll probably want a bit more. 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Scalding Tarn, Arid Mesa, Misty Rainforest, Steam Vents, Training Center, Stormcarved Coast, Sulphur Falls, Volatile Fjord, Molten Tributary, Shivan Reef, Temple of Epiphany, Riverglide Pathway, Is It Boilerworks, Scavenger Grounds, Reliquary Tower, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, Mystic Sanctuary, Castle Embereth, 6 Islands, and 6 Mountains. Battle Hymn, Mana Geyser, Brightstone Ritual, Seething Song, Jeweled Lotus, and Dockside Extortionist serve as explosive ramp or ritual effects, allowing us to have our commander out sooner. Goblin Electromancer and Magnus the Red both serve as cost reducers. Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Sky Diamond, Fire Diamond, Talisman of Creativity, Is It Signet, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Thrawn Dynamo, and Gilded Lotus serve as our mana rocks. Finally, Ashnod's Altar and Phyrexian Altar basically double our token production. We can sacrifice the tokens made by Ovika to cast more spells, thus creating more tokens. Transcendent Message, Meeting of Minds, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise, Sunbird's Invocation, Skull Clamp, Jeska's Will, Blue Sun Zenith, Mizzix's Mastery, Pull from Tomorrow, Seagate Restoration, Windfall, Echo of Eons, Sensei's Divining Top, Rhystic Study, and Inspiring Refrain help us dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Artistic Refusal, Chaos Warp, Counterspell, Red Sun's Twilight, Explosive Singularity, Force of Negation, Abrade, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Force of Will, Arcane Denial, and Mana Drain make up our interaction package. Blasphemous Act, and Cyclonic Rift, sticking with the classics for this build. Invasion of Segovia, Young Pyromancer, the Locust God, Alendra Skydreamer, and Talran Sky Summoner all serve to create additional tokens, but these alone wouldn't be enough to close out the game. City on Fire, Impact Tremors, Perforos God of the Forge, Shared Animosity, Fiery Emancipation, Cavalcade of Calamity, Raid Bombardment, Goblin Bombardment, Surge to Victory, and Devilish Valet are how we close out games. Now that we have our deck list, we should compare it to our checklist. 55 mana sources split between 34 lands and 21 pieces of ramp. A little heavy, but we have a 7 mana commander that we need to have on board for our deck to function, so it's fine. 16 pieces of card advantage, 11 pieces of interaction, 2 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds and Echo of Eons, several Sudden I Win cards, my favorite of which is probably City on Fire. If we cast it with Impact Tremors or Perforos God of the Forge on board, along with Ovika, we can probably win the game on the spot. Of course, with cards like Phyrexian Altar or Ashnod's Altar, we could sacrifice a bunch of our tokens, cast a giant spell like Blue Sun Zenith, and create enough tokens to overwhelm our opponents. I'm very happy with how this deck turned out, and I'm glad Mark is as well. Do you have an Ovika Enigma Goliath deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, it will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Phoenix of Ice, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, OT, Richard, Pop Zombie, Mark, Danny, Sandwich, Alex, Bryce, and John. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.